Okay, another Neurodivergent podcast. Still freaking out over the cyst. I had a headache today, which again, it's probably from staring at a computer screen for 12 consecutive hours. But still, I don't know if the headache is related to the cyst or not. I have to wait until mid-July for them to do another MRI to make sure the cyst is not getting bigger. And the thing is that every time I get a headache, and no headache I've ever gotten so far, knock on wood, has ever been like, oh my God, I need to go to the hospital right now. But every time I get a headache, I start to freak out. And then when the headache goes away, I feel better. And so there's this kind of constant back and forth of freaking out and feeling better and freaking out and feeling better. But can I just say that if not for all of this, if not for the cyst, I'd probably be freaking out over something else anyway. So it's a nice change of pace. I always like to change what I'm freaking out about just to keep it fresh. Now the other possibility every time I get a headache like this is that it rains. And I did check the weather, and there's a 10% chance of precipitation tomorrow. So maybe that's what this is. I don't know. But here's the other thing. Anything can kill me at any point. I get hit by a bus. You could have nothing to do with this. We don't know how long we have left on Earth. And so the thought that keeps ringing through my head is, am I enjoying myself? And the problem with that lately is that when I say, well, what do I want to do to enjoy myself? It jumps right to bad food. Like I had steak tonight, and that was nice. And right now, after I'm done with this, I'm going to have Pop-Tarts. And that is also going to be nice, because I figure I may as well enjoy myself. Now, of course, the irony is that the MRI comes back and I'm fine, but because of all of this bad food I'm eating, I end up giving myself a heart attack. That's because if God works like anyone, it's O. Henry. I almost didn't podcast, but then I found, I better podcast. I better just get this out. You know what I'm saying? I better just get this out. I don't want to freak out every time I get a headache. Did I tell you this? I was listening to an interview with William Shatner. He's in his 90s. And he freaks out every time he gets tired. He's like, is this it? Is this the end? We'll see. Sorry for the mucus. I need to clean my apartment. I really do. I haven't cleaned it since I've never cleaned it. I cleaned it briefly one day 2 years ago. So that's what's going on. Just freaking out. I find I keep talking to people about the cyst to just get more information. Like I got the other nugget of information I got from someone else was that the little squigglies I might be seeing, that's blood vessels getting pushed, and that's migraine. That's what that probably is. This is how I have to diagnose myself because goodness knows I can't rely on anyone, on the medical profession, on the medical system. Then again, my doctor said it's probably migraines. So what's probably happening right now is that I'm getting migraines and they found the cyst. The cyst is probably not related to the migraines. And none of it is made better by me stressing out over it. And that's how I'm living my life. How are you? How's your cyst? Good? Bad? Ugly? Man. Well, we're almost in June. Second MRI is going to be in July. I also need to go to the dentist. Part of me is like, why bother if I'm going to be dead in 2 seconds anyway, why bother? But then, what if I'm not going to be dead? I better go to the dentist. I'm looking forward to going to the dentist because I want to tell the dentist about what's going on, because I'm kind of hoping that the dentist knows more about this than most people, and maybe he can look at the results and give me a diagnosis. That's a ridiculous thing to expect from a dentist, but the mouth is near the brain, right? Oh my God. Okay. Other than that, not too much else to report. I did see Madam Webb. I did watch I watched it all the way through. I've never seen a protagonist react to life and death stakes with a feeling of general bemusement. And don't get me wrong, okay, I love Dakota Johnson. I think she's funny. And I kind of feel like she looked at this movie and about 5 minutes in and went, okay, I see where this is going. I'm just going to have fun with this. Explosions, death, destruction, and her reaction is, huh. Would you look at that? Now, I think my issue with the movie is that it, you know what it is? It's like it's like they're like, I want to make a superhero movie, but I don't want it to be like every other superhero movie. And then I'm saying, then don't make a superhero movie. Make something else. If you want to make a thriller, then make a thriller. You don't need spider people to make a good thriller. Just look at every Michael Douglas movie from the 90s. You're going to say now that they don't have to be in the Marvel universe for it to be a thing. That's my hot take on that. I have more that I could talk about with that. I just don't feel like talking about it right now. I'm dealing with this cyst situation. And it could be, maybe the word I'm looking for is fatigue. But I did a lot of work today. I went to work, and then 3 hours in, I was like, oh, it's Memorial Day. I forgot it was a day off. But it was lovely because everyone else was gone. So I was able to get a lot of work done. Could this be the issue? Could there be a work-life balance problem? How about this? I know there's supposed to be a work-life balance, but the more I try to live my life, the worse it gets. I'd rather just do more work. I did get a lot done, though. I gotta say. I got a lot done. And I feel better about what I got done. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I am saying? I feel much better about what I got done today. Well, now I'm just talking in circles. Well, it's been a week. Externally, nothing bad is happening. It's just, I'm in my head. And multiple people have said, have you tried meditation? And you know what's weird is that the more people tell me that I should try meditation, the less I want to meditate. Even though I have meditated in the past, it does make me feel better. So that just tells me I don't want to feel better right now. I want to be panicked. I don't want to feel better. I don't want to feel good about having the cyst today. I feel very bad about it. I'm angry. I'm angry that it's there. I'm angry that I have to go through this. And I don't want to feel consoled. Other people don't have this. They don't have to worry about this. I'm angry that I have to worry about this and that other people don't. There are some people I wish they had it. And I understand that it's wrong for me to wish will upon others, to wish ill will upon others. I understand that, but I want to feel that right now, so I'm going to. Did I mention this is a comedy podcast? You picking up on that yet? So no, I don't feel like calming my thoughts. I'm terrified that something's going to happen to where I will not be able to think anymore. So maybe I want to enjoy the storms of my thoughts while I can, in case something happens and there are no more thoughts at all. You're telling me I should calm the ocean of my mind. I'm surfing it. Actually, I'm not surfing the ocean of my mind. Right now, the ocean is dragging me. The ocean of my mind is dragging me and then bashing me along the bottom. And I like it. It's a massage. I'm letting my mind give me a massage. But that's where I'm at. I don't want to be going through this and I'm angry. And how do I process it? With processed sugar, that's how. That's how I process it. And scared. Angry and scared. I don't want to die. I really don't want to die. I'm not sure when that's going to change. If all that's left on earth is kale, then maybe I'll be ready to go. But there's too many Pop-Tarts left for me to eat. Yeah, that's it. I'm angry that I have to go through this. I'm not feeling good about it. And I think what happens is that there are other things in my life, other people in my life, and I get upset with them, but it's just a way to distract me from what I'm really getting upset about, which is Jeff the Cyst. I will say the one thing about this is that it has given me a sense of urgency to do what I want to do and live my life the way I want to live it. And what I'm finding is that it's not about what I'm doing, it's about how I relate to people and what I say to people. And I don't want to be polite anymore. Not to say I want to be mean, I just want to be honest. Yes, that's what I want to do. I feel good about that. I did not enjoy Madam Webb. There, I said it. I mean, I delighted in the moments that didn't work. Maybe that's the other thing. I hear in my mind my mother saying, well, what if you hurt someone's feelings who made the movie? Terrified to hurt other people's feelings because I don't like it when my feelings are hurt. I don't like it when somebody judges my work and says it's terrible. So the solution is I should be the first person to say that my stuff is terrible and be able to laugh at it with everybody else if it is terrible. I'm not saying I could have made a better version of Madam Webb. I don't think anyone can because it's not the leading character in the series. It's just, just like, if you consider the Star Wars universe, does anyone want to see a movie that's focused solely on that guy who was wearing the headphones in The Empire Strikes Back in the Cloud City, the second in command with the big headphones? Does anyone want a movie just about him? Is that really what we need more of? And why do I feel like now that I said that, they're going to make that movie? Headphone Guy, the movie. How did he get the headphones? The story of how he got the headphones. Madam Webb. I feel like it's just Sony is saying, if we don't have the full rights to Spider-Man, but we want to make a Spider-Man movie. Well, what if we make a Spider-Woman movie? That's too close to Spider-Man. What about Madam Webb? You mean the old woman who could see into the future? Yes. But okay, well, let's make her young. And let's make her kind of see into the future. And let's make her mobile. Let's make her a paramedic. Where is that coming from? I want to make a Batman movie, but he's not Batman, and he has, but he's into flight. Bats fly. You know what else flies? Finches. So we're gonna make him Finch Man, but it's in the Batman universe. What? What's going on? This is not helping my mental illness. It's already been 16 minutes pacing around my apartment. I'm starting to feel full now. I don't think I'll have those Pop-Tarts after all, which is probably better that I don't. That's certainly not helping the situation. I do want to go to bed, though. I am tired. Now the headache's feeling better. Is it just because I haven't been thinking about it? Am I processing it? What if it's psychosomatic? What if the whole thing is what if existence is psychosomatic? Is that possible? That the whole reason I exist is because before I was born, there was a thought that was me, that was like, oh God, I hope I don't live my whole life with a cyst. And then boom, here I am. Is that how it works? Didn't they say the universe was born out of a thought? What was the thought? Oh no, not this again. I think that was the first thought. Oh no. That had to be the first thought. Oh God. That's why there's a God. Because before there was a God, there was a thought, and the thought was, oh God. I don't know. Hopefully some of this was amusing. I guess we'll find out. I'll tell by the number of views how amusing this was. You could share this. I'm not saying you should, but you may want to. If you find it amusing, well, share it. Tell your friends. Hey, I listened to 18 minutes of a guy alternate between obsessing over his pineal region cyst and the movie Madam Webb, trying to figure out which one caused more damage to his cerebrum. Even the doctors are like, I don't know. And now I guess I should end this by saying, I didn't mean to insult anyone who made Madam Webb. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. I have a feeling that all parties involved in the making of Madam Webb are incredibly talented people, and what happened here was probably a series of missteps where it's not any person's fault, and that if circumstances were slightly different, things would have worked out better. And it's not a reflection on the lack of artistry of the individuals. It's more to do with maybe whatever group of people came together to do this should never do anything together as a group again. That might be. I've heard comics, I can't remember which comic said this about certain audiences, but he said, you all should never do this again together. Find different people to be an audience. Maybe that's what we have to say to the people making this movie. Just find a different team. This wasn't your team. You thought you were a Bronco, maybe you're a Raider. Find a different team. That's what I'll say right there. But it's not a reflection on the lack of your artistry. You have to go and shine. You know what I mean, right? That's a positive way to spin it, isn't it? I'm done.